suitcase light, but my chest feels over the weight limit. I check the room twice, like I might have forgotten a version of myself in the closet. Sand in my shoes, ticket on the dresser, phone lighting up, then going dark. Leaving the coast, but the coast won't leave me. Salt in my hair, salt in the seams, I'm walking away, but the tide keeps talking, saying you'll be back, you'll be back. Cafe chair still warm from yesterday's goodbye. Your coffee ring drying in an oval promise. I trace it once, like I can redraw us. Outside, girls argue over nothing. I recognize the sound. They say people move inland for bigger jobs, for cheaper rent, for more. I am moving for less. Less of your laugh in every alley, less of our ghost in every window, less of the ocean finishing my sentences. Glass, a mirror at night, my face laid over a shrinking shoreline. I press my hand to it, like I could leave a palm print on the horizon, and the driver asks, "You sure this is your stop?" I say, "Not yet, but it will be." You trace my hand, reading rivers lines in the skin, saying, look, this line means leaving, like the future is locked within. But I've moved houses, names, and cities on a sudden stubborn wind. How could ink from someone's yesterday tell me where my dawn begins? I wanna live beyond palm lines, past the fold of what they say, past the map they drew in daylight, in the roads that change at night. If every path is pre-designed, why do I feel the pull to stray? I wanna live beyond palm lines, let my choices ride the wave. You circle scars, calling them my turning points. Funny how the hardest moments feel less faded, more choice. I remember spilling coffee on a stranger's favorite book. Now that stranger sleeps beside me. Guess that's not in any hook. I wanna live beyond palm lines, past the fold of what they say, past the map they drew in daylight, in the roads that change at night. If every path is pre-designed, why do I feel the pull to stray? I wanna live beyond palm lines, let my choices ride the wave. Maybe fate is just the stories we repeat until they stick. Maybe love is just two people saying, let's rewrite this script. So take my hand, forget the signs, let's get lost between the lines. I wanna live beyond palm lines, past the fold of what they say, past the map they drew in daylight, in the roads that change at night. If every path is pre-designed, why do I feel the pull to stray? I wanna live beyond palm lines, let my choices ride the way beyond palm lines. Beyond palm lines.
Sunburn on my shoulder, map ink running down my hand, tank sitting just above empty. You're a ghost in the passenger seat again. Desert miles, nothing but sand and old sky. Every line on this road spells out your goodbye. Desert miles, wind keeps dragging your name. I keep driving through the dust and the blame. sign flickers at noon. Ice machine humming out a tune. Your hoodie riding on the backseat like it's waiting on you. Desert miles, nothing but sand and old sky. Every line on this road spells out your goodbye. Desert miles, wind keeps dragging your name. I keep driving through the dust and the blame. If I turn around now, would you be anywhere at all? Or just a mirage shimmering, slipping soon as I call? Desert miles, nothing but sand and old sky. Every line on this road spells out your goodbye. Desert miles, wind keeps dragging your name. I keep driving through the dust and the blame. Desert miles, nothing but sand and old sky. Every line on this road spells out your goodbye. Desert miles, wind keeps dragging your name. I keep driving through the dust and the blame. afternoon, sagging on the porch step, screen door loose on a rusted hinge. Ice in a jar, clinking slow time, sweat rings ghosting on the wood grain.
You say the day feels heavy, I say it's barely moving at all.
Two fans spinning opposite corners, still we let our shoulders fall.
Here where the heat softens, edges blur, sharp words melt, nothing left but cotton thoughts and the way your hand felt. Here where the heat softens, we forget what we were fighting for. Let the air grow thick and tender till we're easy on the floor.
Neighbor's yard, radio murmurs, kids' laughter, lazy and off-key.
Your hair stuck to the back of your neck.
You just smile, say, leave it be.
You trace a circle on my wrist like you're drawing out a storm.
But it fades into a simple touch and the anger just goes warm.
Here where the heat softens, edges blur, sharp words melt, nothing left but cotton thoughts and the way your hand felt. Here where the heat softens, we forget what we were fighting for. Let the air grow thick and tender till we're easy on the floor. Let the calendar pages curl, let the plans all puddle at our feet. If the world wants something from us, it can wait out in the street. Here where the heat softens. Here where the heat softens.
Flicker sign, buzzing over cheap red wine. 2 a.m. peeling labels, tracing time. Your chair's still there, pulled out like you might return. Bartender laughs, but all I feel is burn. Neon vacancy, glowing where your name should be. Every color screaming, but you don't see me.
mess up a stranger's name. Taxes pass, paint and stripes across my face. Your own song leaking from the bathroom stall. I mouth the words, swallow every call. Neon vacancy, blowing where your name should be. Every color screaming, but you don't see me. Neon vacancy, room for you in every seat. I'm lit up, I'm open, and you're running empty. Last call, last shot, still saving you a spot. Talk tough, act fine, I'm a billboard on the side of the night. Come back, letters hum inside the glass. I keep shining, till the fuse finally snaps.
Thin walls, humming AC. Tasty key tag on the nightstand. Desert map folded on the TV. Half-warm bottle of yesterday's sand. Morning coffee at the Desert Air Motel. Foam in a paper cup, burnt and sweet as hell. You in my t-shirt, laughing at the ice machine. Morning coffee at the edge of some old dream. Parking lot full of sun-faded trucks. Vending light flickers on your bare feet. You stir two sugars, tell me your worst luck. I watch the steam climb up, then admit I'm beat. Miles feel different here. Exit signs in a language I can't read. Coffee in a paper cup. Maps tossed on the backseat. Long bridges over water. White lines hung like a quiet choir. Your hand out the window, catching ghosts in the moving air. Every town a flicker, every turn a dare. If we run out of stories, will we still stay there? Miles feel different here. Miles feel different here when it's just you and me in the long way round. Laughing at nothing louder than the sound of every fear we used to hold so near. Yeah, miles feel different here. Miles feel different here. Exit signs in a language I can't read. Coffee in a paper cup. Maps tossed on the backseat. Miles feel different here when it's just you and me in the long way round. Laughing at nothing louder than the sound of every fear we used to hold so near. Yeah, miles feel different here. Miles feel different here. Motel ice in a glass cup. Desert sun turning chrome to dust. Service bars hanging by a thread. You say, you there, then it cuts. I'm calling somewhere in Linden, California, where the heat bends every word I send. If this signal finds you, let it hold you like the dry wind, like an old best friend. Somewhere inland, somewhere inland again. Your voice breaks through, then fades in sand. Static seas between our hands. You laugh, say, God, it's hot out here. maps I've never scanned. Tell me about the strip malls, mountain outline, orange dust streaked on your shoes. I'm parked beneath a gray sky coastline, still dialing that dry air. You
when the road turns quiet and the signs stop naming towns, just a ribbon through the black, all the engines humming down. Your face in the mirror, ghosted by the dashboard glow. There are questions in your eyes that your mouth still won't let go. Coffee cooling in the cup, stained lid, bitten fingernails, old song on the radio, skipping like a worn out tale. You tap out some restless cold on the cracked vinyl by your knee, like you're knocking on the future. Only you can almost see when the road turns quiet. I hear you, every word you never said out loud, every laugh you swallowed in the crowd. When the road turns quiet, I feel you, like a hand that almost reaches mine. Another mile, another borrowed time. When the road turns quiet, billboard for a motel, half its letters burned away. Something vacancy in red flickers like it wants to stay. We pass it like a heartbeat, you pretend you didn't read, but I see the way your shoulders fold around some hidden need. You say you're fine, just tired, stare hard at the center line, like if you can hold it steady, you can hold your whole life fine. But your voices gravel edges from the storms you never named, from the nights you drove through thunder just to prove you'd stay the same. When the road turns quiet, I hear you, every word you never said out loud, every laugh you swallowed in the crowd. When the road turns quiet, I feel you, like a hand that almost reaches mine. Another mile, another borrowed time. When the road turns quiet, there's a shoe beside the guardrail, single, soaked from last night's rain, makes you laugh in that soft way, like the world forgot its pain. You say someone made it home barefoot, but they still arrive. And I watch that thought unfold in the Tell me about your father, teaching you to change a tire. How he smelled like summer dust and cheap coffee, burned and white. How he said if you get stranded, don't you ever freeze in fear. Turn the radio a little louder, I'll be right there in your ear. So talk to me now, with the engine running low. Let the hard words out, let the softer ones flow. We're alone with this silence in a two-lane sky. If you're gonna fall apart, this is where you can try. Mile marker painted silver flashes past like someone's age. You say, I thought by 30 I'd be on some brighter page, but your hands still find the wheel every time the wind cuts through. You don't see what I keep seeing, every turn keeps choosing you. There's a town we never stop in, just a cluster of porch lights. Someone's dog begins to howl as we cut across their night. You say you dream of porches, of a box of muddy shoes, of a name on rusty mailbox that finally feels like you. We pass under a narrow bridge, all that stone pressed overhead. For a moment it feels heavy, like the weight of words unsaid. Then we burst back into open sky, all ragged, raw and wide. And you laugh like something shattered fell away along the ride. You say, do you ever wonder if we took the wrong first turn? And I answer every morning, but the doubt still makes you burn. So I tell you about that winter when I thought I'd disappear. How a stranger fixed my flat and said you're supposed to be right here. So let's miss this exit just to see what else appears. Let's drive past the endings we've rehearsed for all these years. Let the map slide to the floor, let the old plans fall apart. If the road can keep on changing, so can we, inside our hearts. The hum of distant freight trains slides in underneath the tire noise. You say you used to count them as a lonely little boy, each one like another option. Still moving, even here, dust on my shoes. Cracked mirror, long road in the rear view blur. Breathing in the quiet, nothing left to prove. Old names fading off my phone. one bag on the passenger seat, hard riding shotgun. Still moving, even here. Every mile becomes lighter, with less left to lose. I am smaller, I am brighter, still moving. Even here, I don't need to see it all. I just follow what remains when the noise falls. Coffee stain on the map, wind writes circles on the glass. Every town a passing thought, I don't have to stay. Old fears in the rear, like signs I already passed. What I keep is what I am, what I drop drifts away.